Hello friends, Nature Relaxation is always pleased to welcome you to the channel. We wish you a pleasant watching and learning interesting information about Halloween, history, facts, how to celebrate this interesting Halloween holiday. We hope you enjoy it. Halloween is a modern holiday that is celebrated annually on October 31. This holiday is the most popular abroad, very brightly and wonderfully celebrated in Great Britain, USA, Canada, Ireland and a little more modestly in other countries. The first mention of Halloween dates back to the 16th century, as its prototype, the pagan festival of Samhain, which was associated with death, otherworldly and supernatural, was still celebrated by the Celts. Then Samhain began to be celebrated in all the countries of the British Isles. In the exact centuries, the holiday is gradually dying out. It is replaced by a more modern holiday, Halloween, which is traditionally considered the Day of All Saints. According to legend, the night before Halloween, the spirits living in the afterlife return to Earth, which is why the holiday, or rather its eve, is called All Saints' Day. And the legend mentions the cunning sinner Jack, who was not accepted into hell or heaven, and he wandered the earth with hellfire in his hands. To keep the flames out, Jack used a pumpkin as a lantern, which later became a symbol of the holiday. It was believed that in order to please the spirits and establish contact with them, it is necessary to bring a symbolic donation, to bring all kinds of treats to the doorstep. On the eve of Halloween, children traditionally dress up in costumes of all kinds of monsters and mystical creatures, mummies, Frankenstein's monsters, witches, evil spirits and heroes of horror films, and then bypass relatives and friends, collecting the so-called tribute. Sweets and muffins, sweets are life. Halloween cannot be imagined without traditional attributes, which are jack-lantern. It is made of pumpkin, although in the time of Samhain, the lamp was made from turnips. As a cheaper and more readily available vegetable, pumpkin has been used by Americans since the 19th century. The attribute was made very simply. All the intestines of the pumpkin were removed. A terrible face of an otherworldly creature was carved on its face, and a burning candle was inserted inside. When Jack's lamp lights up at night, it seems that one of the spirits is looking at the person with his fiery eyes. The attribute replaces ordinary lanterns and serves to illuminate the path of souls returning to purgatory. Scary carnival costumes and masks. They were created to achieve greater resemblance to mystical creatures and monsters. The use of costumes and masks dates back to the late 19th century. For nearly 2 centuries, such garments served to provide greater resemblance to evil spirits and supernatural characters. Being equipped with such clothes, the children also asked for sweets from the neighbors. On Halloween, it is customary to visit or invite friends and relatives. Although Halloween is not a public holiday even in English-speaking countries, it is evident that it is celebrated very widely. The prehistory of Halloween is studied in detail, and traditions are actively adopted by school children and students. Most young people look forward to October 31st to mess around and have fun. Here's a little more interesting about Halloween. Halloween is one of the oldest holidays that has been around for years. Halloween has other names: All Saints' Day, Samhain, Party of the Dead, Day of the Dead. The homeland of Halloween is traditionally considered Ireland. When Christianity arrived in England and continental Europe, November 1 became known as All Saints' Day and was dedicated to saints who did not have their own special day to honor. This day was the so-called Massachusetts of All Saints, and the night before it was called All Saints' Day, All Hallows Eve, abbreviated Halloween. By the way, the correct spelling of the name of the holiday is just that, and not the usual Halloween. When the Romans conquered England, they combined the traditional local Samhain festival with their own, the Pomona harvest and the celebration of Dead Trop. The image of a cat is closely associated with Samhain's holiday and, later, with Halloween. In ancient times, Druids burned cats during the Samhain celebration, usually in wicker cages. It was part of his magic rite. The tradition of dressing up as ghosts, monsters and other evil spirits also came from Celtic beliefs. It was believed that if you disguised yourself as a demon or spirit, you could disguise yourself that way, and the real spirits would not notice you. As Protestant England rejected Catholic traditions and Catholic holidays, the Halloween ritual is closely linked to the celebration of Guy Fawkes Night, also known as the Night of the Bonfires. On October 5, the British celebrate Guy Fawkes Night in memory of the execution of the monger for the bombing of the Parliament building in 1605. It is believed that the traditional colors of Halloween, orange and black, because orange is associated with the harvest and black, with death. From the beginning, black cats were considered the protectors of witches against the forces of darkness. About 99% of pumpkins are sold before Halloween and are used to make jack-o'-lanterns. Jack-o'-lanterns comes from the Irish tradition. Here it was customary to gut the turnips, cut out faces and put a candle inside. According to legend, the name Jack-o'-lantern comes from the name of a young man Jack, too stingy to go to heaven, and too temperamental to join the devil in hell. Much to his delight, the devil threw embers at him, which Jack put in an uneaten turnip. Jack is believed to be using this charcoal to light his way and find a place to calm down. According to another legend, the devil punished the stingy Jack for betraying him several times. Therefore, entry into heaven and hell was denied. He was condemned to roam the earth and his flashlight to get people out of the way. If you see a spider on Halloween, it means that one of the dead loved ones came to you in your image. If you want to meet a witch on Halloween, then at midnight you need to turn your clothes inside out and turn around. Witches are believed to hold one of their gatherings, on the Sabbath, on Halloween. The owl is a common symbol of the witch. In medieval Europe, owls were considered the embodiment of witches, and the cry of the owl was a bad omen. It meant that someone would die soon. Scarecrows, as part of the Halloween tradition, are directly linked to Aboriginal farm holidays. Friends, thank you for your support, for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, there are still a lot of interesting things waiting for you. See you, happy Halloween.